How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. My name is Football Fan Forever, and it's time for Week 2 as we continue our 3-game road stretch to open the season here. We're taking on the Houston Texans here. And again, I think this is a winnable game for our club as we hardly have a difficult start to the season in terms of our schedule. We beat the Bears pretty handily last week, and now we get to take on the Houston Texans, followed by the New York Jets. The Texans surprised me by not committing more to their quarterback search over this past offseason. They did sign backup Josh Rosen for Davis Mills, but appear to be rolling with the second-year quarterback for another season, and did their best to surround him with talent. They signed a new starting running back in Marlon Mack. They also signed a pair of wide receivers in Michael Gallup and Henry Ruggs to complement Brandon Cooks. And they also spent a high pick on right end Javonte Meadows, who is widely viewed as a top 5 prospect in the draft. But I'm actually pretty confident heading into this game given how well our team played back in Week 1. We saw Bob Harrison throw for a couple of touchdowns, and we really played well in all phases. So I'm interested in seeing if this team can keep up their momentum here. Week 2 on the road. Let's get this one underway. Jack Fox booms this one deep to a waiting Greg Blanton, who will take a knee for a touchback and an opening possession starting on the 25-yard line. The Texans won in Week 1 behind 289 yards and 2 touchdowns from second-year quarterback Davis Mills. He will start his day on his own 25-yard line in the shotgun. That is Marlon Mack to his left in a bunch formation on the right. Quick throw over the middle. We'll get about 4 yards, and there is rookie standout D'Angelo Carmichael. He had a really strong opening week for us, and he will drop back into coverage on 3rd and 2. 4-man rush will not get there, and Mills has time to find his check down option to the 39. We held Chicago to just 3 of 8 third down conversions last week, and that will be an important part of our defensive philosophy going forward as Mills stands tall in the pocket on 2nd and 3. We'll find Mack out of the backfield for a gain of about 9 and a first down. And Detroit is going to play some looser coverage here to start out. There's a lot of speed on this Houston offense, and you can't let them get a big play here early on. So they'll be giving up some underneath throws and trusting their defensive backs and middle linebackers to make plays and not allow many yards after the catch. As Mills goes play action, 1st and 10, now running out of time, and down he goes. It's Romeo Okwara back at the 38 for a loss of 10. As good coverage downfield leads to a big sack and a 3rd and 16 at the edge of field goal range. They've got a long ways to go. Mills wants it all, looking for Ruggs, and that's intercepted in the end zone. Jeff Oduka with his first of the series, and he returns that one to the 17-yard line. And this is why Detroit's corners are playing off. Henry Ruggs, one of the fastest wide receivers in the game, trying to beat Oduka. But Detroit's number 1 corner plays that one perfectly to keep points off the board. And that will bring out rookie quarterback Bob Harrison, who had an excellent debut last week against the Bears, throwing for 239 yards and a pair of scores. He will start his day under center, 1st and 10 at the 17, and he will head to the air. Chase just gets this one away to Hawkinson, and Penei Sewell is injured on this play. The starting right tackle for the Lions heading to the sideline, and shortly thereafter he heads to the showers with a bruised sternum. So Christian Garasa will take over at right tackle, and Detroit faces an early 3rd and 9 single high coverage for the Texans. Hairston looking up the seam, and that is nearly intercepted. He forced that one into coverage there, and Detroit goes 3 and out on their opening drive. So Houston will have this one on their own 37, trying Mack out to the right side, and both D'Angelo Carmichael and Trey Flowers will meet him in the backfield for a loss of 3, setting up a 3rd and medium just one play later. Detroit showing double A gap pressure. They will bring 4. Mills firing short, and there's a strong play made by Sean Francois. He met Dalton Schultz short of the marker and would not give an inch to a man much bigger than him. There's an excellent play by the rookie 3rd-round pick, and Detroit will get the ball back on their own 28. And DeAndre Swift will take this one up the middle for a gain of about 7. Steady if unspectacular game last week. He's still looking for his first touchdown of the season. But it's Jamal Williams who will check into the game on 3rd and 1, and he will follow Jason Kabinda ahead for about 3 yards. So today's game might turn into a defensive battle unless one of these units can start stringing some plays together on offense. We've not seen any big plays from either team. And Harrison will head to the air on 1st and 10, misfiring in the direction of Quintez Cephas. Harrison was very composed in the pocket in the first half of last week's victory, but he's got happy feet here today. And on 3rd and 3, he will throw for it, firing short for Hawkinson, who can't hang on through the contact. And it's a tough start for our passing game, as that will bring out Jack Fox for another punt. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first quarter here. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard, as neither offense has had much success moving the ball. And Fox will step into this one angling towards the Detroit sideline, and it will bounce out of bounds at the 3. And that is why we made it a priority to re-sign him this past offseason, as Houston now has 90 yards to go if they want to put 6 on the board. Mills off of play action. He's got Gallup deep down the field for a first down inside Detroit territory. And it was only a matter of time before they blew the top off our defense. Detroit in man coverage there, and Michael Gallup working against Amani Oruwariye gets enough separation to haul that one in 41 yards. And a first big play of the day for either team, as now Houston has momentum with the ball right around midfield. Mills will head back to the air again. Quick throw, and that's nearly intercepted. It's the rookie Sean Francois making another nice play in the slot, and that will lead to a 3rd and 1. Detroit showing double A gap pressure. Houston will counter. It's Mills calling his own number, and he rumbles ahead to the 28. And everybody was cued in on Marlon Mack there, but it's Davis Mills with a nice play. And suddenly Houston, 1st and 10 from the 28, will have some momentum here, but there's another nice stop by Jeff Oduka, and that will lead to a 3rd and 8. Corners playing soft here. They don't want to give up any big plays again. Mills back to pass, fires short for Mack, and he will fight his way ahead to the 18 for the first down. And Carmichael sure seems to think that he stopped Mack there, but the drive will continue. Now 2nd and 3. We're in the second quarter. Ball at the 11. Mills back to pass, firing over the middle for Gallup, and he's tackled at the 1. Houston started this drive on their own 3. They're now just 1 yard away from putting 7 on the board. 1st and goal. Mills under center, Mack in the backfield. Mills to pass. He's got time. Woodson incoming. The ball is loose, and Houston is way back at the 13. It's Devin Woodson with his first career sack, and he just pushed Brian Winters repeatedly back into Davis Mills' lap, and that will make it 2nd and goal. Detroit's defense with another big play near their own end zone, and Mills again off of read option will call his own number, and that will not work. And moreover, Mills is shaken up, so the Texans send out Josh Rosen on 3rd and goal from the 11. What exactly was Houston thinking there with that play call? It's put their starting quarterback on the bench, and now they're going to try and win with Josh Rosen, who has all day, fires short for Dalton Schultz, who is tackled at the 7. So Detroit's defense stiffens up, and Houston is held to a field goal. So what do you do to try and get this offense into a rhythm? Harrison will head to the air on 2nd and 8, escaping the pocket, flip to Hawkinson, who put the ball on the ground. And that is pounced on by Derek Barnett. And just like that, the momentum swings back to Houston as Jermaine Carter lays the boom on Hawkinson and will give the Texans excellent field position here. And they'll be rolling with Josh Rosen for the rest of today's game as Davis Mills will miss some serious time with a rib injury. But Rosen wants to make it a 2-score game. There's a strike for 14 yards and a first down. Now 2nd and 9, ball on the 13, Marlon Mack in the game, and Mack will take this one, redirecting, and Oluwarie brings him down at the 12, 3rd and 8. Detroit's defense stiffened up in the red zone last drive. Can they pull an encore performance here? Rosen against a 4-man rush. Nobody's open, drifting back in the pocket, now firing for his man, that is Ruggs. And he's tackled shy of the markers. So Houston, once again, has to settle for a field goal attempt. This is Brandon McManus with a chip shot field goal, and it's a 6-0 Houston lead. So the teams have exchanged turnovers thus far, but Detroit's offense hasn't got a whole lot going. They struggled on 1st and 2nd downs and haven't been very good about 3rd down conversions. As Harrison heads to the air, firing for Hawkinson, and again, there's some very tight coverage, but this time Hawkinson holds on as he has all 3 of Bob Hairston's completions thus far. That will give the Lions a fresh set of downs, immediate pressure, and Harrison is forced to dump this one off. And Jamal Williams goes backwards. It's 2nd and 12. So at this point, if you're the Lions, you are looking for your leaders on offense. Who can step up with the offense in a bit of a funk here? Harrison will go back to the air on 2nd and 12. There's a catch for Quintez Cephas, and that will make it a very manageable 3rd and 1. And they will bring DeAndre Swift into the game along with 3 tight ends on the right side of the formation. Motioning Hunter Bryant to the left. Houston stacking the box with 9 defenders. It doesn't matter as Swift breaks a tackle and takes this one deeper into Houston territory. I wouldn't say that our run game has been particularly effective so far, but if we can get a couple of nice runs, maybe we can get Harrison out of the pocket. Here's a play action pass on 1st and 10. He'll find Amon-Ra St. Brown to the 12. 21 yards to the 2nd-year wide receiver, and just like that, Detroit is inside the red zone for the first time today. Harrison under center, motioning in his wide receiver Kirk. Deep drop for Harrison, firing over the middle, that is nearly intercepted. And Frank Ragnow is shaken up on that play. So we're dealing with some injury problems up front. We only have 3 reserve linemen, and now 2 of them will be pressed into service, as thankfully Ragnow's injury is not serious. We're not going to rush him back, however, so Lamont Gillard will step in on 3rd and 7. And Houston is showing double A gap pressure. They will bring 4. Harrison still chased, trying to buy time, looking downfield. He'll find Hawkinson at the 4. But that will make it 4th and 2 inside the 2-minute warning. And James Delgado is keeping the offense on the field. This is their best chance to score all game. And they'll hand off to DeAndre Swift, who plows his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And that's an especially gutsy call because you're without your starting center and your starting right tackle. But our interior offensive line holds, and DeAndre Swift would not be denied his first touchdown of this season. So 7-6 Detroit. Now Houston with a chance for a 2-minute drill. And Josh Rosen will fire to the right side. There is a catch at the 35. He's immediately tackled shy of the marker, and Houston will go hurry up. Rosen with all day and just gets this one away as there's excellent coverage downfield. And we're also seeing Detroit's pass rush starting to show their teeth here in season number 2. Empty backfield on 3rd and inches. Rosen against a single high safety will have that pass knocked away. Sean Dean Hamilton on the coverage, and Detroit will get the ball back with 1:20 and all through timeouts. Hand off to Deshaun Stevenson, and there is a flag on that play. And this one is coming back. 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 13 after an awkward holding call. And now Detroit is forced to try and drain some of Houston's timeouts. 49 seconds to go, Houston with 2 timeouts, and the handoff to DeAndre Swift will burn another one as this half is still not over. And Houston will have one more shot with 39 seconds to go and 1 timeout of their own to try and get within field goal range. Rosen, though, is chased, and down he goes. It's Trey Flowers at the 23, and now it's Detroit taking a timeout of their own. They want to see if they can get Josh Rosen to make another mistake. He's been holding on to the ball quite a bit. And on 2nd and 22, he'll go down again back at the 15. It's Devin Woodson with his second. Have yourself a day, 97, as that will bring us into halftime. 7-6 is your score, as neither team is averaging more than 5 yards per play. It has been difficult to move the ball in this one. And speaking of difficulty moving the ball, rookie quarterback Nathan Davis has had a rough start to his rookie season for the Saints. They trail the Chicago Bears 7-3. But back to our game, our defense is playing really well, but we need to figure out a way to get this offense into gear. Our passing game showed signs of life at the end of that last drive, but we are just 3 of 7 on 3rd down. And we are really losing the time of possession battle right now. Not even 7 minutes of possession time, as at least we start the second half with the ball. 1st and 10 from the 26. Hairston, short throw to Cephas, who's got room underneath, and he will fall out of bounds at the 42. And while he's hardly lighting up the score sheet, Hairston has shown really good poise in turning today's game around. He started 1 of 5. He's now 10 of 15 through the air, and that means that our running game is able to benefit. There's a gain of 14 for Jamal Williams. That's our best carry of the day, and that will put us back in Houston territory on the opening drive of the second half. Still nothing too fancy from Harrison, but Amon-Ra St. Brown takes the drag route to the 25-yard line, and the drive will continue. Harrison showing remarkable poise in overcoming that tough start. He's got the Lions just 25 yards from the end zone, and now he'll have them even closer with a nice throw to TJ Hawkinson to put them at the 12. I formation on 2nd and 10. Hand off to Swift, who cuts his way back. He's inside the 5 to the 4. And that will make it 3rd and 1 as Detroit is poised to add to their lead. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. And DeAndre Swift following the pulling guard. Vaitai is in for his 2nd of the day. And that is his 10th career rushing touchdown, if Madden numbers are to be believed. And this was equal parts excellent blocking and a really nice run from Swift as he breaks the hit stick attempt from Jermaine Carter and makes it a 14-6 game after a 7-play, 76-yard drive to open the second half. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see what our defensive front can do after basically living in the backfield in the first half. We had 4 sacks and plenty of pressure, and our secondary has also been playing really well. So at this point, I'm almost more excited to watch the defense play than I am the offense. It's 1st and 10 handoff to Mack, and here's some room for Marlon Mack, picking up a first down to the 37. Good patient running there from the veteran running back as Houston looks to get back into this one. Rosen will take the snap from the shotgun, 2nd and 5. He's well protected and fires short. There's Marlon Mack again, and he will have another Houston first down to the 49-yard line. The ball is right around midfield, and Mack gets the call on 1st and 10, redirecting as Carmichael is in pursuit, and that will lead to a short gain and eventually a 3rd and 2. The corners are once again playing off as Rosen hands off to Mack, who is tackled right at the marker by Carmichael, but they will get the first down, and that will extend Houston's drive. Ball now on Detroit's 40-yard line. Rosen again out of the shotgun. He will shift Marlon Mack over to the right side of your screen. And it's a very quick throw to the tight end there. That is Brevin Jordan. And that will put Houston inside field goal range here. Ball now on the 23-yard line, 2nd and 3. Ruggs in motion, but the handoff goes to Cooks, who turns upfield and runs into Levi Onwuzurike at the 21, 3rd down. And once again, Mack will get the handoff, one man to beat, and Anzalone takes him down at the 16. And Houston once again converts a 3rd down on this drive, and they're now inside the red zone. Bunch formation on the right side for Rosen. He's back to pass, sets his feet, fires out to the right side. There is Jordan again, and he's down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, Houston, as they look to make this a tie game. They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Rosen with all day fires, and there is Cooks for the touchdown. Lazy coverage there by Amani Oruwariye, who did not get deep enough into the end zone to cover that route. And now Houston will try for 2 to make it a 14-14 game. Rosen under center, Mack is alone back. Rosen will throw for this one, and he has his man Ruggs in the corner of the end zone for a tie ball game. And once again, they go after Amani Oruwariye in the corner of the end zone, and once again, it works. So Houston has managed to tie this one up with less than 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, and the pressure is now back on the Detroit Lions offense to get something going here. They haven't really had any big plays all day, but they did show some signs of life earlier in the quarter, and Jamal Williams continues to be Mr. Reliable when it comes to converting short yard 3rd downs just like that one. That will put the ball at the 26-yard line. Hairston back to pass. Short throw. There is Quintez Cephas, who will fall ahead to the 37. Hairston now 13 of 20 for $114 after a difficult start to today's game. He's not trying to do too much right now, which I think is the right approach. On 2nd and 7, he'll go play action. Everyone covered. Hairston is chased, and he will just throw this one away. And that will make it 3rd and 7. Harrison with 3 wide receivers on the left side of the formation will head back to pass. He will fire over the middle, and there's Quintez Cephas wide open, who crosses midfield to Houston's 48-yard line as Harrison continues to take what the defense is giving him. He's not trying to force anything, and that's part of the reason that Detroit is in this game. Everyone covered on 1st and 10. Hit as he threw, and Cephas plays defense there. As we head on to the 4th quarter, we have ourselves a 14-14 game with neither team moving the ball especially well. Here's a 3rd and 7 at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Harrison just gets the play off against the blitz. He will fire to Cephas, who can't hang on through the contact. Ugo Amadi knocking that one away, and the Lions will once again have to punt. Houston will start 2nd and 6 on their own 18. They had a very impressive touchdown drive last time, but now they're running into trouble here as a holding call will knock them backwards on 2nd down 2. So Detroit will accept and push Josh Rosen and this team backwards, eventually leading to a 3rd and 10. Rosen in the shotgun, Mack to his left, single high safety look from the Lions. Rosen is back to pass. He's got time now, flings it downfield, and some contact there on an uncatchable ball. And they're getting Amani Oruwariye for a big pass interference penalty. So that will keep Houston's drive alive and will put them in striking distance here. They're on the edge of Brandon McManus field goal range, and a 2nd down handoff to Mack will have more than enough to convert. 1st and 10 Houston at the 31. Detroit's defense trying to hold. They've been on the field a lot here today. Rosen, pocket collapses, and down he goes as Trey Flowers just pushed Laramie Tunzel into the backfield. And that's not the only bad news for the Texans, as center Austin Blythe is shaken up on the play, and that will make it 3rd and 15 from the 36. Rosen, quick pass to the right side, and Mack will tumble out of bounds at the 35. And that will send out Brandon McManus for a 52-yard attempt right hash. We are indoors. McManus has a leg, and Houston has a lead for just the 2nd time here today. So now the pressure shifts to Detroit's offense. They haven't been very consistent at all here today, and now they are trailing with just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And Harrison goes back to one of his favorite targets. There's TJ Hawkinson rumbling ahead for a gain of 11 and a first down. Detroit trying to establish a rhythm here on offense as Harrison heads back to the air on 2nd and 8. There's Christian Kirk for the first time all day here as Harrison hits the 150-yard mark through the air with just 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And I wouldn't expect to see any big shots here on 1st and 10. Detroit does not want to turn the ball over here, so they'll be content to take some of these underneath routes as Harrison finds St. Brown for a gain of about 5. One play later, it is 3rd and 5. Detroit facing press coverage, 2 high safeties. Harrison takes a deep shot into double coverage, and somehow Kirk comes away with it. Now, those aren't the types of plays you can rely on very often, but Christian Kirk coming up with the biggest play of the day for this offense will make it 1st and goal Detroit from the 9. And Harrison is lucky to get this one back. That was not a well-advised throw, as it takes a dropped interception and a tipped ball for that to fall into Christian Kirk's lap. But we'll take the bounces where we can get him. It's 1st and goal Detroit. Handoff Swift. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns already, and he's tackled just a couple of yards away from his 3rd. Detroit goes hurry up here. They like the matchups that they have on offense. 2nd and goal. Motioning in Cephas. Harrison under center. He's back to pass. Takes a hit, fires to Cephas, who can't hang on in the end zone, and it's 3rd and goal. No Jason Kabinda. Could the Lions be looking to throw this one? No! They'll hand off to Swift, who fights his way in for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. And more importantly, a Detroit Lions lead with 3.5 minutes to go. It's a 3-point game, and Austin Siebert out to make it a 4-point lead. And he will split the uprights, 21-17 Detroit, after a 10-play, 77-yard drive puts the pressure back on Josh Rosen and the Houston offense. 3.5 minutes to go. Rosen deep drop all day, but nobody's open. He still holds on to the football, and down he goes. It's Devin Woodson a 3rd time. And that is the 6th sack of the afternoon by this defense, and it puts the Texans in a huge 3rd and 23 hole here with less than 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Rosen with time will take the short option for 4 yards, and it's 4th and 19, and Austin Blythe is hurt again. And Houston will send out the punting unit, as they apparently trust their defense more than their offense. J.J. Dunlap is back to return. The rookie will take this from his own 42-yard line, cutting to the right side, looking for the edge. This has a chance. One man to beat, and there he goes. J.J. Dunlap with the dagger. A 58-yard punt return for a touchdown. And I thought for sure he'd be caught here, but he's got deceptive speed and takes it all the way to the house for a 28-17 Detroit lead with 2.5 minutes to go. But I guess we're not done yet. Josh Rosen, 17-20 for 102 yards, 1 score. They do have time to get back into this one. It is just a 2-score game, so I guess we shouldn't count Houston out of it yet, as D'Angelo Carmichael is doing everything he can to end this one. But Houston is able to move the chains here, and they have all 3 timeouts and just under 2 minutes to go to try and get a quick score and maybe recover an onside kick as Josh Rosen continues to throw underneath. There's a nice catch by Cooks, but that is not going to do it. They need to start taking some shots down the field. Rosen with time, looks to the left sideline, and there is Ruggs at the 25. That will stop the clock with 1:36 to go and give the Texans a fresh set of downs. Rosen once again to the air. He'll be throwing for the remainder of this one, and Carmichael nearly has another one. But now Devin Woodson is shaken up, as our best pass rusher in today's game again leaves with an injury. It'll be Jabari Zuniga taking over at that left end spot, and Rosen retreats, is nearly picked off as Tyrell Williams forces the hurried throw, and Romeo Okwara nearly comes away with the pick. Houston at the 25, 3rd and 10. They need a conversion here. Rosen taking a shot to the left side, and that's well defended by Jeff Oduka. And Houston will send out the field goal unit to make this a 8-point game. And the kick from McManus is good. So Houston leaves the window open for a comeback, and that would start here with a recovered onside kick. But Quintez Cephas hangs on to that one as Detroit closes in on their second victory of the season. Houston can still stop the clock with their 3 timeouts, so we need at least 1 first down. And the Lions will turn to DeAndre Swift. 3 rushing touchdowns. Could this be a 4th? He's tackled at the 17, and Houston will spend their first timeout. So now, barring a turnover, this will be a win for the Lions. So I guess they're going to keep it on the ground here, but it's Christian Kirk getting the handoff, and he will break a tackle and will be taken down inbounds at the 6. Houston spends their second timeout, and it's 1st and goal Detroit. I guess they want to add to their 8-point lead here. DeAndre Swift, and he is tackled at the 1. Houston calls their 3rd and final timeout. And now with 1:02 to go, DeAndre Swift will cap this one off with his 4th rushing touchdown of the day. Was that necessary? Probably not. Was it fun? I think so. As Detroit improves to 2-0 with a 35-20 victory over the Houston Texans. And this wasn't exactly a pretty game for most of the day, especially for our offense. Bob Hairston with a rough day through the air, his 34-yard completion coming more as a result of luck than anything. I don't think he ever really got into a groove, and we only targeted Christian Kirk a couple of times after he had a really good opening weekend for us. There was tight coverage all day by Houston's defense, so I'm impressed that we were still able to put plenty of points on the board. DeAndre Swift carries the ball 17 times for 102 yards and 4 touchdowns. As we've now managed to win on a day that our offense wasn't clicking on all cylinders like it was against the Bears. This time we rode a mostly dominant defensive effort to victory. We were in the backfield all game long, and led by Devin Woodson's 3 sacks, harried both Davis Mills and Josh Rosen for most of the day. What's most impressive to me is that a lot of those were coverage sacks. Houston has a lot of wide receiver talent, but for the most part our cornerbacks were not giving up open looks. We also held Davis Mills and Josh Rosen to a combined 6.4 yards per attempt, as we took away their deep passing game and forced them to throw short for most of the day. Our young contributors continued to impress as D'Angelo Carmichael had another solid day. Devin Woodson, of course, had his monster game with 3 sacks and a tackle for loss. And Sean Francois looked very comfortable in the slot. It was also nice to see Jeff Oduka come away with his first interception of the series. We've been waiting for that one for a while, and it was great to see him come down with one here today. I also shouldn't overlook how well our offensive line played. We missed Frank Ragnow for a chunk of today's game and Penei Sewell for basically all of it. But Lamont Gillard and Jerron Christian stepped up admirably for us. It certainly is fun to see a lot of our off-season acquisitions step up and contribute. Obviously our rookies are getting a lot of playing time, but guys like Jerron Christian and Lamont Gillard were free agent signings. Same thing with Jabari Zuniga. And all 3 have been very consistent and flexible coming off the bench when we need their depth. Also, shout out to our special teams unit. There was good coverage on our end, and of course it's always fun seeing a punt return for a touchdown. That's the first punt return for a touchdown I've had on Madden 22, so that's pretty exciting, either on or off camera. And that was the turning point in today's game that really helped seal our victory. So what has me the most excited for this team at this point is that we've managed to win a couple of different ways. Week 1 saw our offense be basically unstoppable against one of the best defensive units in the league, and in Week 2 it was our defense and special teams unit that stole the show as our offense wasn't quite as explosive as we saw them in Week 1. And that's okay, we gotta win both times. We're heading on to a date with the New York Jets with a 2-0 record. Also, Devin Woodson's injury is not a serious one, so we do welcome him back in Week 3 as we get ready to take on the New York Jets. I view the Jets as a team that is at a similar stage in their rebuild as we are. They also have a young team and a young quarterback. But we shouldn't overlook Zach Wilson just because he's only in his second year in the league. I think he's more willing than Josh Rosen and Davis Mills to try and push the ball down the field. So I'm excited to see how he challenges our pass defense next week and if we can keep our early season momentum going. So that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and like always, I will catch you next time.